everyone, welcome back to YouTube classes. It's Divya here with class 10 physics. So today in our class we are going to discuss an important topic, that is Ohm's law. So till yesterday we have seen the basics of current, electricity, that some of the terms related to electric current. Now today it is very important. We have you have learned about current, potential difference, so and so, isn't it? So let us see a relationship between current and potential difference. This is actually given by Ohm's law. Okay, now let us come to the law. Now here also, as usual, Ohm's law, it was named after the great scientist George Simon Ohm. He's a German physicist, and this Ohm law was coined in 1826. Now let us come to the statement of this Ohm's law. The current through a conductor is proportional to potential difference between its end, provided temperature of the conductor remains the same or constant. Now here you have to note one thing, this law is suitable only if the temperature remains constant. Okay. Now let us see the equation with the statement. Now according to the statement, the current through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across a provided temperature remains the same. Now this is what the law says, or V is equal to I into R, where R is the proportionality constant. Okay, from Ohm's law we got the equation V is equal to IR, where R is a proportionality constant and this constant is actually the resistance. Okay, this R is the proportionality constant and it is actually the resistance of the given conductor, right? Now this R will be constant at the given temperature according to Ohm's law. Now this Ohm's law is actually having a limitation. The main limitation is that, see, when the temperature is constant only it is going to be working. In other cases Ohm's law will not be satisfied. Clear? Now before going detail into the limitations, let us see the graph for Ohm's law. Now here is the IV graph for Ohm's law. I, you are going to take it across your y-axis, and V, potential difference, you are going to take it across your x-axis. Now if so, you are going to get a straight line like this. Now this is this graph you call it as the IV graph for Ohm's law, right? Now according to the graph, the IV graph for an Ohm's law will always be a straight line. Okay, will be always a straight line, and once you draw the slope of this graph, the slope of the graph will give you the resistance of the wire or the conductor. Got it? So this is all about graph. Now you are having the main equation from Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Now this is very important for your numericals. From using this equation you can have three equations, that is, one is V is equal to IR, the second is equal to I is equal to V by R, and the third one R will be equal to V upon I. So these three equations you need for your numericals. Okay. Now we have already seen what is the limitation of Ohm's law, isn't it? I told you Ohm's law will not obey every time, it will obey only for constant temperature. Now depending upon that, it is divided into ohmic resistors and non-ohmic resistors. So automatically you can think what it will be, isn't it? So one which obeys Ohm's law you call it as ohmic resistors, and one which does not obey Ohm's law you call it as non-ohmic resistors. Now in case of an ohmic resistor, the increase in voltage creates a linear increase in the current, but whereas in case of a non-ohmic resistor, the resistance of the material, it keeps on changing, because R will not be a constant value. If R has to be constant, it should be under constant temperature. So it is not obeying that, that is why we call it as non-ohmic resistor. Now let us see some differences between this ohmic resistors and non-ohmic resistor. See, from the definition itself, first difference can be it obeys Ohm's law, it will not obey Ohm's law. I'm dividing it into ohmic and non-ohmic. So first point, ohmic will obey Ohm's law, non-ohmic will not obey Ohm's law. Second point, for ohmic resistors, if you draw an IV graph, it is going to be a straight line. But for non-ohmic resistors, it will not be a straight line. Now the third point is that, see, since the slope is straight line for ohmic resistors, the value of R is going to be the same at every point wherever you take, or the slope will be the same. But since this is not a straight line for non-ohmic resistors, the value of R is going to be different at different slopes you are going to take it. So today in our class we have seen what is Ohm's law, graph for Ohm's law, one equation you are having, out of which you can derive 3 other equations, which is very important for your numericals, and then accordingly what are the limitations and ohmic and non-ohmic resistors. So read your textbook properly, learn the equations properly. You are having a set of numericals at the back side. So as a homework, you can just try doing first 3 or 4 questions, and if you have any doubt, put it in the comment box. Towards the last, I will solve the questions for you. Till then, stay safe, take care, bye bye.